That's a classic right there. I see somebody that's just concerned with marijuana, man. Well, when I first got my first record deal, we rented out this apartment. We called it the ASAP Stash House, right? And we would just do freestyles there all day. And Brock, he was an aspiring photographer. He was always like shooting Thrasher and skater stuff. We always had an American flag upside down, hanging on the wall for like distress and stuff. He just was like, bro, just stand in front of it. It was a couch. I was just smoking like, fuck it. And now you got what I'm inhaling. So Yams and myself decided we was gonna do this and pay homage to like outcasts, different people with the American flag. In 2011, everybody used to wear like pyramid rings, and it was a lot of like Egyptian iconic symbolism. Black scale was no different. What I really loved was like the flat signature bars, and it just said black in scale. Here we are about like 14 years later, and this is the new version of that idea right here. Now we got the Don't Be Dumb. When it came to pesos, we actually hired Abteen. He's a phenomenal director. We just couldn't afford anybody to actually shoot a video for us because we was up and coming and unknown. He agreed to fly out to do it for cheap. Granted, it was about 14, 15 years ago, but I hated the idea that he came with. I was like, bro, listen, you're gonna just basically capture what feels like a day in the life. You know, just follow us, watch us when we chilling on this block, that block. So he chilled with us for a few days, just capture what we do on a regular. And in between that, I would just do performance scenes, so it just felt real organic. This picture is a screenshot from The Fashion Killer that Virgil Abloh directed along with myself back in 2013. I just like rawness and just anything that felt like authenticity. I just hit up the flyest chick I knew. I was like, yo, Riri, what's good? You wanna do this video with me? I got the perfect song. It's called Fashion Killer. I'm basically talking about you. I drop your name in and I ain't even have to say all that shit. Like, gang, I got you. She knew she was my boo back then too. I'm gonna come clean. Working with Virgil was easy. We were kindred spirits. I think that him being in the position he was in, it was inevitable for him to do great things. This is one of those things, and I feel blessed that I can actually say that, and I got to work with him. LSD, 2014. We shot this video in Japan, Tokyo. We was in Shibuya. I was just walking through Tokyo, and all the colors were vibrant and coming at me and stuff, and it was heavily inspired by Into the Void, and we just try to recreate our version of that. And I'm rocking the Drees Zip Bomber. I also got on an undercover t-shirt tucked in to a pair of Raf Simons denims, a Chrome Hearts belt, one of one Alexander Wang boots that I wore too much back then because I used to love them boots. This is 2017. This is at the Dior show while Chris Van Ash was still the creative director for men's. He invited us out there. From there on, we developed a relationship. We supported his shows, his collections, and showed up, and he supported us as well, and it was just very organic, man. Rihanna and myself, we were the first Black people to either face a Dior. I'm blessed truly, and I'm a fan of everybody who predates me in my career. I'm just blessed to be in this environment. You know, it's truly a blessing, and I don't ever take that for granted. Oh man, y'all play too much. I ain't gonna lie, they roasted me on the internet for this, but this outfit was kind of fire if you think about it. Nah, I was wildin'. All right, so this is 2017. So I remember years about outfits. You could tell me, yo, remember that day we went to the store and what did I have on? When you tell me, I remember. This is a crazy outfit, and I gotta explain myself right now. This is nuts. All right, so this is a Balenciaga Puffer Bubble Life Jacket. For the life of me, I don't even know why I bought this, but I was driving to Milan, and we was driving past the Balenciaga store, and I saw it, and I knew that I had those funky yellow Gucci pants right there, and I was just like, you know what, that'll match. That's my Flavor Flav era right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was tacky but fly, you know what I mean? And those are some Prada shades that I had got from the outlet. That's a Gucci sweater from Alessandro, and those are Gucci windbreaker pants, and those are some really long Gucci socks on. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this outfit, to be honest with you. Can we turn this fucking page? Ah, my man Matt did his thing this day. All right, so look. All right, so this is 2018. And this is New York City Calvin Klein Raf show. This is an oversized cashmere sweater, Calvin Klein like Parker jacket with just different multicolored layers and different furs. Like this Parker was sick. You know, this is one of my favorite like collections of Raf at Calvin. What I like about Raf is the significance of what he meant to me and my crew. A lot of his collections it dealt with like the growing pains of becoming a teenager and transcending into an adult. So a lot of his collections dealt with like rebellion. We were rebellious, we were rebels when it came to fashion because we kind of like, we colored outside of the lines and we kind of made our own rules. Check this handsome fella out, get a load of that guy. The funny story about this whole suit right here was Jonathan Anderson, who was the creative director at Loewe. Every time I would visit him, let it be a showroom or a factory, whatever he had going on, he would have like sort of like disposable pieces, and he would let me look on a rack at like anything that I liked out of the disposable pieces and see if it was what I wanted, and this happened to be one of them. I'm not sure if he actually made that. Maybe he changed his mind after this picture came out, but the Paisley just stood out to me, and I was like, yo, let me get this gang. Yeah, let me get this one. I love it, I love it. Yo, Matt was totally against this suit, this whole babushka era, until he realized the significance of it, right? Like, he was like, all right, you wanted something, bro, you wanted something. This was a daring fashion statement. I chose to embrace, you know, being a grandma's boy. Got my babushka on, got my nice Gucci suit on. This is 2018. And this is at the Gucci LACMA in Los Angeles, California. Yours truly with the babushka on at the top, you know? I'm a firm believer in like, you can't really use clothes as like masculinity anymore. I think those lines are blurred as well. So I like to play.
Adams began her career as a dancer in dinner theater, which she pursued from 1994 to 1998, and made her film debut with a supporting part in the dark comedy Drop Dead Gorgeous 1999. She made guest appearances in television and took on Mean Girl parts in low-budget feature films. Her first major role was in Steven Spielberg's biopic Catch Me If You Can 2002, but she was unemployed for a year afterward. Her breakthrough came when she portrayed a loquacious pregnant woman in the independent comedy drama Junebug 2005, for which she received her first Academy Award nomination. The musical fantasy film Enchanted 2007, where Adams played a cheerful princess-to-be, was her first success as a leading lady. She followed it by playing other naive, optimistic women in films like the drama Doubt 2008, and subsequently played more assertive parts to positive reviews in the sports film The Fighter 2010, and the psychological drama The Master 2012. From 2013 to 2017, she portrayed Lois Lane in superhero films set in the DC Extended Universe. She won 2 consecutive Golden Globe Awards for Best Actress for playing a